Hi everyone, my name is Indiphile Sotomela. I am from South Africa, Cape Town, and I live in a small township called Mfuleni, and I am under the Zolile Malindi Center. Firstly, when I heard that I was going to the UK, I was really excited because traveling, it's a dream come true, but also like going to the UK specifically, it has been like a country that I've always wanted to experience. And it was really an exciting time. And when we got that side, I really noticed like quite a lot of differences compared to like back home in terms of the structures, the mode of transport. And what I really admired about the UK is that like there's such a huge walking culture. Like a lot of people, around they walk, and it's really admirable that like people get to walk, and it's part of like just like being active and moving your body. And when we visited like the Donny Lake where the SOBC is held, there was such a lot of people from different countries, Spain, Germany, and a lot of people. And it was really exciting for us to actually see people of that magnitude, but also it really highlighted how important the SOBC is, and how it is very important to the people as well, them coming together into one space and really contributing to a bigger cause. I think also that's what it was just like a moment of gratitude in terms of like how invested Balron is when it comes to the SOBC, because they know that it really makes a difference to Afrika Tikkun and the lives of young people like us. I've learned quite a lot of things. I think also getting to engage and communicate with different people, them sharing their stories, really got to allow us to get to know them as much as they were getting to know us as well, allowed us to get to know them on a personal level. I think what I've learned from them is that, or what I took out of like their stories of like the engagements that we had, is that giving back is really important, because as much as it does something for you, feel good that you have given back, but also it does, it has like a positive impact on the lives of the person or the people that you are impacting. So it's not only about you, but I've also learned the resilience that is important. In life, a lot of things can happen, but you should always like remain resilient, and just don't allow like whatever happens in life for that to kind of like back you down, or really make you stop, or also like to work hard and like chase your dream. And then also like whatever you put your mind on, it is really possible. So whatever happens in life, don't allow that to really back you down. Yes, I still do take part in the SOBC virtual challenge, because I feel like it's very important to still come back and and give back. Because when we were in London, I saw like people are very invested in terms of like making sure that they take part, and people go to like the extra mile to make sure that they log in as much as they can in terms of the kilometers. So I still do take part and make sure that be it like I run, I walk, but I make sure that I want to also take part, and also it's part of like motivating other people as well to keep on coming, because it is very important, because also all of this is for a greater cause. It is going to contribute to Afrika Tikkun, and then also that is going to impact a lot of young people's lives, that will give young people an opportunity. So yeah, I still take part, and I'm still going to continue to taking part in the virtual challenge. So since I have studied civil engineering, I completed my theoretical studies, and now I am in the process of finding a place that's going to enable me to do my practical experience, so that I can be able to obtain my diploma. Afrika Tikkun has impacted my life in a very positive way. I joined Afrika Tikkun at a very young age, and at that time I believe that I was a very shy and child that really doesn't want to speak up, or really just want to be with people. And when I joined the organization and I started to attend the sessions that they were providing for us, that's where I got to find myself, but also the facilitators really helped me to discover who I am, but then also pour into me in terms of like encouraging me and then also helping me to find my self-esteem. I think they really assured and affirmed me, and that really made me grow as an individual in terms of like developing confidence. But moreover, I think also it has contributed towards me continuing with my studies and really also dreaming big as well. I remember in high school, particularly in my matric year, that is grade 12, the last year of high school that is in South Africa. They contributed also they provided us with extra classes and also a safe space to be able to study, because living in the township sometimes it's not easy to be able to study because there's like quite a lot of noise, and sometimes you don't have like the resources to be able to study. So they gave us the space and we had access to computers if we needed to do assignments or projects, and I believe that really contributed to me passing my matric, and also that enabled me to be able to study further. So that's why I chose civil engineering as well, because I think that's the values that, or rather the confidence that they instilled in me, that whatever I set my mind on, I can be able to achieve. And that is why I did to study civil engineering, as much as it's like a male-dominated industry, but I believed that I could achieve whatever I set my mind on. I think also, even post high school, I still attended Afrika Tikkun and I was part of the Young Urban Women, and which is a program that is aimed at empowering young women for them to be able to speak up and to just like take up space in in whatever they do in their lives. And I was chosen to go to Kenya and to attend a global convening with other women from different countries such as Ghana, Zimbabwe, India, and Malawi. And for me, that was really a great opportunity because it was my first time going out of the country and having to experience all of that. I think it really opened my view of life, and in terms of like what I can also be able to achieve. I think also sometimes coming from the township, you just think that this is it, this is where I'll end up. You don't think that like there's just like a lot of things to explore, or like the world is much bigger than you actually think. So I think really that opportunity pushed me to really open up my eyes, or really open up, or really dream big as well, to not limit myself. And it was such an amazing opportunity. And I remember people from the community, because sometimes these are things that you don't really see or people really get to experience. So people were really like, it was like a proud moment for them as well, just to say that like I know someone that went out of the country, and there's someone that took a plane. And I think also maybe it was encouraging for them to say that these things are possible, they're not far-fetched as much as we think. So Afrika Tikkun has really impacted my life in a positive way. I believe that I am where I am because of Afrika Tikkun, and the experiences that I've had have allowed me to dream big and to know that like there's so much more out there, and I can be able to achieve whatever I set my mind on. Firstly, I just want to thank everyone at Balron that continues to participate in the SOBC, because all your efforts, all your hard work really has a positive impact on us. So I'd like, encourage everyone to continue participating, to continue working hard, to continue pushing and, getting in those kilometers, because all that you guys do, the effort that you make really gives us young people in South Africa, in disadvantaged communities, a fair chance to be able to really make it in life. And then also it gives us a hope as well that we can be able, as much as we come from a disadvantaged communities, we don't have like a lot of resources or opportunities, but by you partaking in the SOBC and contributing to Afrika Tikkun, that gives us, those opportunities to be able to know that we can be able to make it in life, because of all the work that you do, and all because we become economically empowered at the end of the day, and we are able to go out in the world and really do our best because of all the work that you guys do. So keep going, keep pushing. Sometimes it may, feel like, you're not making a difference, but with all the stories that we show, with like our lives is like literally a testament in terms of like the work that you do, that you are doing an important work, and one that is very influential but then also impactful, exciting, and fun. Yeah.